Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team. Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
We would like to welcome you to A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium here for the second match of the USL season here at home. And this is dubbed the Peanuts and Cola Derby, as we expect this to be a rivalry for years to come. It's Columbus United FC, it's Dothan United here on NBC Sports Engine Plus, presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Once again, your voice for Columbus United FC, Richard Holdridge on the broadcast, Chris Gates. To my right is my producer. We are actually here in the press box with the PA announcer and the scorekeeper, and it is 80s night. They are just having a great time here playing nothing but 80s music. They got 80s prices down in concessions as they are paying homage to the 1987 club team that won the state championship here in Georgia. And we expect to have a big crowd. We saw a swarm of Dothan United fans making their way here to A.J. McClung as they came up 2 hours up the road in Alabama to get here. And we're expected to have a good match. Right now, Dothan United currently in third place in the South Central Division. They have got 4 points. They have 2 matches against Montgomery United where they tied and won their last contest. They defeated Montgomery United FC by a score of 3-1. As for Columbus United FC, they are 0-2. They are currently in 5th place in the South Central Division, and they have had 2 draws, a 1-1 draw to Tennessee SC, and last Wednesday on the road, a 1-1 draw to Birmingham Legion FC 2. And so far, Tennessee SC is leading the South Central Division with 7 points, followed by Birmingham FC in 2nd place. So the winner of this game tonight will have a good position in the South Central Division in USL 2. Right now, we are going to step aside. We will have the kickoff on the pitch live from A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium back after this here on NBC Sports Engine Plus, presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
We are back here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium here in Columbus, Georgia. We've got a lot of events going on. We got a minor league baseball team behind us, a AA team that's playing right now. We've got graduations for all the Muskogee County schools. It's been happening this whole weekend. We've got Carver and Spencer graduation coming up. We've got the NAIA Softball World Series that's over in the parking lot, and the field to my right. And so a lot of events, and we still got some parking spaces out there. I'm actually shocked that we've had some parking spaces, but we are moments away from kickoff. Taking a look at your standings in the South Central Division, Tennessee SC leads the way with 7 points, 2-0-1 draw, and that was to Columbus United. Followed by Birmingham Legion FC 2. They have got 4 points. They are 1-0-1. and that draw to Columbus United. So Columbus United FC has had 2 draws so far to the 2 top teams in the South Central Division. Just to be mindful, there are 3 teams that have yet to play games. 2 teams, rather. Asheville City SC and East Atlanta FC has not played a soccer match yet. And then we've got a 2-way tie for 3rd place between Dothan United and Montgomery United FC. Dothan United with 3 points. Montgomery United FC has got 3 points as well. And then Columbus United comes in with 2 points, and they are currently in 5th place in the South Central Division. So far, the leading goal scorers for Columbus United FC is Carter Berg and Evans Defa. Carter Berg scored the equalizer in the opener against Tennessee SC in the 82nd minute when Tennessee SC was leading the majority of the match, 1-0. There was a goal that was called back in the 90th minute when it looked as the officials called a player offsides. That would have been the go-ahead goal for Columbus United FC, but they finished the match a 1-1 draw to Tennessee SC. Then, last Wednesday night on the road, Columbus United FC once again down to Birmingham Legion FC 2, 1-0. And then the equalizer by Evans Defa. And that's where Columbus United stands 0-2 with 2 draws on the season. Taking a look at your starters, starting with the visiting Dothan United, we have Matthew Everett, Jermaine Forda, Lawrence Goodard, Ryan Holmes, William Necker, Kevin Pierre, Ty Powell, Devontae Richards, Jaden Strumeyer, Mohamed Somalia, and Ezra White for Columbus United. Evans Defa, Lillian Fischel, Valentine Fontaine, Nicholas Gettridge, Nicholas Harshaw, Dennis Hayes, Nikita Hayes, Rita Icarin, Andres Melendez, Eric Villatoro, and the goalkeeper Brino Zenola. As the players getting ready to go out to midfield, the traditional players lining up on the field with a youth soccer player by their side. This has always been a tradition in soccer for years to come, and the soccer fans here in the Fountain City have made their way to A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium, and this beautiful game has come to Columbus. As you could see, the fan base that heads up the Calvary FC 24 waving the flags with pride. As the public address announcer is going to announce the starters, once again, we will step aside here as you are watching USL 2 Soccer on NBC Sports Engine Plus, presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And welcome back here to A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. It's Dothan United traveling 2 hours up the road on Highway 431 to get here to Columbus to face Columbus United FC, as this game is going to have implications in the standings early on in the season. We're ready for a great soccer match. Just want to remind everybody that all home games are on sale through our new ticketing partner, Sports Illustrated Tickets. Adult tickets start at $10, and youth tickets are only $8. If you reserve them in advance online, you can also save money by getting your tickets now. Visit ColumbusUnitedFC.com for a complete home game schedule and to reserve your tickets through Sports Illustrated Tickets. As they are playing the national anthem, we'll have the start coming up next. I want to remind all you fans that the next home game is going to be Wednesday, June the 4th versus Apothos FC. And the match is presented by Scofflaw Brewing. It's going to be Ted Lasso night, where fans will receive a Ted Lasso-inspired mustache. Come out to tailgate. Enjoy Gold Lager, which is the Columbus United brand beer by Scofflaw Brewing. Great Pepsi products and our own canned cocktail made by Stirred Up Trouble. Plus, you don't want to miss our rivalry known as the Chattahoochee Cup. Tickets are on sale at ColumbusUnitedFC.com. So as the public address announcer announces the starters, we'll go ahead and we'll listen in on the PA announcer. As we are about set for kickoff, about to play a full 90 coming up here live from A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium on NBC Sports Engine Plus. Make sure that you get your free account as the only way to live stream all USL2 matches across the country only on NBC Sports Engine Plus. As we are presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live, which is a live streaming company based out of Columbus, Georgia, that live streams high school, professional, semi-pro events in and around the Chattahoochee Valley. which consists of East Alabama and West Central Georgia on the banks of the Chattahoochee River. It is soccer time here in the Fountain City, and this match is getting ready. This rivalry between Dothan and Columbus, the Peanuts and Cola Derby. It's 80s night. And I will make sure that I don't drop any 80s references, as this was a very fascinating decade, as it was my childhood. And a lot of those songs that they were playing really took me back. But it's 80s night to pay homage to the 1987 club team that won the state championship. Dothan United's going to be going from right to left on your TV screen. They are wearing the all-black unis with the gold lettering. Columbus United FC wearing their red uniforms with the gold lettering with the Houston Clinic logo on the front of the chest, as Houston Clinic is the presenting sponsor of Columbus United FC. And we'll get ready for this. It's not too hot today. It was maybe upper 80s. But hopefully it does not affect the outcome. You see Jermaine Fordaw, the keeper, getting ready. Brino Zanola, the keeper for Columbus United FC, kicking it off for Dothan. Matthew Everett. Here we go. Just waiting for the whistle from the referee. And Dothan United brought their flags, too, with their fans as well. And we're going to have a fun soccer match here as these two cities separated by 2 hours. Everett just waiting for the whistle. And we are underway here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Dothan United with the possession first. And a nice header there by Villatoro. And we're going to get our first handball, I believe, and that's going to be a kick over there onto the near side as Lillian Fischel. So a lot of playing time. That back line of Gettridge, Villatoro, and Fischel was solid against Tennessee SC as that ended in a 1-1 draw. Could have been a victory for Columbus United, but there was a goal that was reversed because a player was called offsides by the referee. There is just a slim margin between 3 points and 1 point. But so far, Columbus United FC with 2 points on the season, currently in 5th place in the South Central Division. As Fordaw just boots that away. Trying to keep possession. Dothan United coming up with it. And then what a nice move there by Dennis Hayes. And now here comes Fischel with space. Fischel is going to take a couple of dribbles. Kick it back over to Villatoro over on that mid-defensive part. And then you have several reserves that will come in later. We probably expect to see Carter Berg. That's another top reserve. Back out, Dothan with an opportunity. Over to the far side, that's Joshua Hollenberger. Still in play. And that's kicked out of bounds and a throw-in. Rita Ikarin going to take this throw-in. Now back over to Gettridge. Villatoro. Long pass. Intended for Nikita Hayes. Nice header by Fischel. And then a header by Pierre. There's Evans Defa. He had the game-tying goal against Montgomery United FC2 on Wednesday night. That game was on the road. Actually, no, in Birmingham, not Montgomery. Dothan actually played Montgomery United FC and won that match 3-1. Fontaine over to Rita. Back out, Villatoro, Fischel, plenty of space on the near side. Hayes, oh, what a bicycle kick there by Hayes. Trying to control it, and there's a good job going on the turf, on the grass. Mohamed Somalia, that's a player to watch out for. And then William Necker, the middle back. Free kick coming up for Jaden Strumeyer. Back over to Somalia. Somalia, good touch over to Necker. Over on that far side. The defensive line just getting some touches on the ball. Not pressing just yet, Lawrence Goodard. And sometimes these teams, they just try to figure each other out. This Dothan United team, very dangerous. Scored 3 goals against Montgomery United in a 3-1 victory. First opportunity there, and that's just kicked away. Good play there by Gettridge. But it will be a throw-in coming up for Dothan United as we are underway here in the first half. That's Darub. The header. Another header there by Fontaine. A good job there trying to keep it. And that opportunity by Harshaw. Just opportunity here by Dennis Hayes. He almost stole it from Somalia. Somalia in the middle of the field just took a bad bounce. And there Evans Duffaw trying to push it. He was trying to see Rita Ikarin, a dangerous striker. Starting here for Coach Brett Teach. And now we got Kevin Pierre back over on the near side. Strumeyer in the middle of the field. Spin move. Goodard. First shot attempt is wide to the right by Kevin Pierre, and a goal kick coming up for Columbus United. Decent-sized crowd here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. We're glad that you are watching us on NBC Sports Engine Plus. We are presented by Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. It's Dothan United, Columbus United, coming at you. Gettridge is going to take this throw in. Gettridge has really been a solid defender the last couple of matches. Saw a lot of minutes in that Tennessee SC match. Played extremely well defensively. Here comes Lawrence Goodard over to the near side. We've got Devontae Richards. That's another striker to watch out for Dothan United. And get ready to throw this in is Strumeyer. Early on, approaching the 6th minute here in the first half. Strumeyer going to throw it in. Now back to Strumeyer, looking to cross. Takes a deflection, Gettridge. And a header there by Kevin Pierre. And Columbus United had an opportunity, but the defense pretty solid by Dothan. And Zanola going to kick it over to Villatoro. Back over to Gettridge on the far side. Gettridge pushing it up the field. Looking for Dennis Hayes. And back to the keeper. And Forda going to take, here's a 50-50 ball. And Zanola, it just took a bad angle. He wanted to try to kick it out because Dothan United was playing aggressive. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Dothan United. Strumeyer going to take this. Just an excellent midfielder for Dothan United. And they're trying to keep this possession here on Columbus United's side. And there's a shot attempt, and it's poked away there by Zanola. Zanola had to get out of the box for that one, as that was a great shot on goal by Devontae Richards. Looking to cross, header, Richards slides in the ground, and Devontae Richards knows he had an opportunity for an early goal for Dothan United. Here comes Hayes. Over to Harshaw. Harshaw looking to cross. Racing to it is Samilia, and that's going to be a goal kick for Dothan. Approaching the 8th minute, scoreless, live here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. You're watching USL 2 Soccer on NBC Sports Engine Plus. And Devontae Richards ended up losing it. Here comes Hayes. Hayes with some space. Back over to Fontaine. Over onto the far side. Looking to cross. Good defense there by Dothan. That's Ty Powell. Header by Samilia. And Dothan United gets out of dodge. Oh, and a slide tackle there by Dennis Hayes. But it'll be a throw-in coming up for Dothan. As they wait on this throw-in. Back out, Fischel. Oh, nice move. Back over to Villatoro. Over to Gettridge on the far side. Plenty of space. Couple of dribbles. Pushes it up over to Fontaine. Fontaine trying to control it. Rita Ikarin saves it, and back out to Gettridge. And Zanola will just take it as the keeper. And we'll try to reset it again. Trying to find space, trying to get aggressive, maybe score the first goal. Columbus United FC has seen them trail in both matches so far this season. And that's something they want to try to avoid. But that defense has done a great job keeping the other team off the scoreboard. Here's Devontae Richards looking to cross. The header, trying to control it. No space there. United's defense is solid. A little deflection, trying to keep it. Racing to it. Dothan looking to cross, and a throw-in coming up for Columbus United. Lawrence Goodard. That's another one of those top strikers for Dothan United. As that header goes out of play, Columbus United just wants to try to get it on this side of the field. Try to get a nice header by Richards. Then Fischel. Harshaw ends up losing it, and here comes Dothan United. And they got space. Goodard with plenty of room. Richards near side with the cross. Oh, that would have been an outstanding goal if that was placed properly. Just the striker just wasn't there for Dothan United. And here comes Ezra White. And then a header. And good control there by Fontaine. Just to play it off of his heels. And then Dothan, William Necker. Back out to Fischel. Fischel over to the near side. Nikita Hayes. Back out, Villatoro. Villatoro, long pass to Hayes, trying to head it, but it goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Dothan United. And instead, that's going to be a kick by Strumeyer. And then that defensive line for Dothan United is just going to play this one. I'm going to try to get a feel for Columbus United's striking attack. They just want to keep possession here. Not looking to press. Looking over the midfield, that's Kevin Pierre. Now back to Samulia. Near side to Strumeyer. 12th minute of the match, scoreless here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Almost a turnover. Dothan United doing a good job keeping the possession. They're just giving their players plenty of touches on the ball, and then they try to push it up, looking to cross, trying to stay with it. And great defense by Gettridge, but that's going to be our first corner of the day. And this corner kick is going to be taken by Matthew Everett. So we're going to have an opportunity to see Dothan United on a set piece. Everett ready to let it fly. It's in the box. It curves, and that's going to be out of play and a goal kick for Columbus United. Devontae Richards was right there, but so was Nicholas Harshaw. It goes off of Richards, and that's going to be a goal kick. And instead of just booting it out, you got several of the defensive players just trying to get touches on the ball. Over to Fischel. Fischel being guarded by Richards and almost stolen, but a good job turning up the field. Harshaw now with it. That was Hayes coming up with it, and now Fischel gets a touch, passes it over to Rita. Oh, what fancy footwork. Looking for somebody. Trying to get it to Hayes, looking to cross, and a little too far, and a goal kick for Dothan. That was a good job there by Rita Icarin to try to find Hayes. Just got to time it perfectly where he's not going to get called off sides. But sometimes those passes really work out. Dothan, Goodard, just trying to keep a touch on the ball. Strumeyer with some space. Strumeyer lets one fly, and that is way out of play, and in fact actually goes out of the stadium. Jaden Strumeyer, he just let a rocket fly and thought maybe he can get an upper 90, but a little too much power on that shot. Gettridge over to Hayes. Trying to push it up for Hayes. Good job by Smelia to get it out. But that's going to be a throw-in for United. Hayes quickly going to work. Melendez over to Hayes, looking to cross. Hayes taking his man one-on-one, and the shot attempt and the save by Forda. So the first shot on goal for Columbus United is taken by Dennis Hayes. And now Forda is going to go ahead and let this one sail. Trying to get the header. Gettridge trying to play it off the chest. Back over to the near side. Strumeyer with space. Pushes it up. Devontae Richards, he's got open space looking to cross, and it's out of play. Well, Devontae Richards has got speed up that right side, and he's able to create space. And that pass was a little too much for Matthew Everett. Rita Icarin, nice pass up the field. Hayes tracked down. 50-50 ball with Harshaw and Forda. And then the header, and then Evans Duffaw, the slide tackle, and it goes out of play. Fischel passes it over to Fontaine. Gettridge on the far side. As that defense is trying to get some touches on the ball. Middle of the field to Fontaine. Back out to Villatoro. Pass for Harshaw. This could be an opportunity. Right over there. Hayes, shot, and it's saved by Forda. Probably the best scoring chance for Columbus United. And now we are going to get a foul. That is a foul on Devontae Richards. And here comes Nikita Hayes with the free kick. Fontaine over to Hayes. Evans Duffaw. He's already got one goal on the season. Here's Rita Icarin looking to cross. Rita gets tripped up and no call, and that goes out of play. And there was a little tussling there between Rita Ikadin and Jaden Strumeyer, but that's going to be Dothan United's ball. As we are approaching the 18th minute of the match, you could catch us. It's a live stream on NBC Sports Engine Plus. Don't forget that you can watch every single match in USL 2 on NBC Sports Plus. Hayes over to Harshaw. Harshaw, the pass intended for Hayes. Hayes is going to try to stay with it. Oh, great defense there by William Necker. And they're letting them play. There's not a whole lot of fouls called. There's some physical play, a little chippiness, as you would expect in a rivalry match. Hayes with it. Hayes over to Evans Dothan. Dothan is doubled. Back over to Hayes. Nice pass to Rita. And that pass to Hayes looking across. Oh, just opportunity there. And the kicks out by Somalia. There was an opportunity by Nikita Hayes. Dennis Hayes was also there in the first. Well, be a throw-in. It's not a corner. The angle that it went out of bounds. Gettridge. And United's going to try to reset it. Fischel. That was intended for Rita and just off the mark. And Dothan United is just going to get it out. Well, Columbus United has had some scoring chances early on. Hayes with it. Back over to Fischel. Fischel looking for a teammate over to Villatoro. And that pass, trying to find. That was trying to see who that was. But it'll be a throw-in coming up for Dothan United. Yeah, that was Melendez. Andres Melendez, who's over on that far side, midfielder. And we got a free kick coming up for Columbus United. Melendez over to Villatoro. Evans Dothan. Dothan trying to split two defenders. Little lob pass over to Melendez. Pass in the middle of the field. Trying to control the header. Gettridge. Back over to Melendez. What play there by Melendez. Good touch on the ball. Trying to split two defenders. A third defender for Dothan helps out. And it's a turnover. Lawrence Goodard gets it right back. And here comes Dothan United, who controlled the possession early on. But Columbus United was able to get some scoring opportunities. They were able to grab possession the latter part of this first half. As both teams just trying to feel each other out. They're waiting for that first team to make the big mistake. As that pass intended for Devontae Richards sails out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up for Columbus United. 21st minute of the match. We play 2 45-minute halves. We'll have stoppage time as it is controlled on the field. The refs pretty much know how much time is going to be stoppage time at the end of each half. As that sails out of bounds, and it'll be another throw-in coming up for Dothan. Middle of the field. A header and another header. Dothan with it. And a nice pass over to Gettridge. Gettridge controls it, saves it in bounds, and then he just lets that one fly, and a throw-in going to the other side. As we thank you for watching this soccer match, the USL 2 on NBC Sports Engine Plus. You can catch all soccer matches on NBC Sports Engine Plus. Shot. Oh, it's off the mark. Ryan Holmes with a shot on goal for Dothan United. And it's going to be a goal kick coming up for Columbus. Here's Villatoro. And that passed a little too far. Some other action around the South Central Division. We've got Apothos FC taking on Asheville City SC, which will be their first match of the season. There's another shot attempt. Richards with the header. Opportunity with space. Nothing, and the shot is off the mark, and that was a dive attempt by Zanola. But I'm counting 4 red jerseys there in the box. That was tough. A tough play for Lawrence Goodard. But that's the striker you got to watch out for. And here comes Holmes. 50-50 ball, and Zanola grabs that one. Both teams have seen their opportunities early on here in the first half. We only got 2 matches going on in the South Central Division happening today. Tomorrow we got Southern Soccer Academy taking on East Atlanta FC. And then on May the 28th, we got Montgomery United FC and Birmingham Legion FC 2. Dothan over to Melendez. Good touch on the ball. Melendez staying with it. There's Fontaine. Fontaine, header in the middle of the field, and here comes Dothan United. And almost lost it. Evans Dothan just being aggressive, trying to get the turnover. And that will be a throw-in coming up for Columbus United. Over to Fontaine. Back out to Melendez. Columbus United trying to get something as far as aggressiveness. Possibly strike first. They've been down both matches so far this season. Villatoro. And Dothan getting a little aggressive. Villatoro had to split 2 defenders. Dothan United thought that was off of a Columbus United player. But that's going to be a header. Dothan with a header. And then he plays it. Good pass, but then there's Fischel. Middle of the field. Fontaine controls it. Oh, and gets tripped up. That's going to be a whistle. As that is going to be seeing if that could possibly be a yellow card. Ezra White with the foul. And it looks like we may have our first yellow. Yeah, that will be our first yellow card of the match. So Evans Dothan is going to have this free kick. We are approaching the 27th minute of the match here in the first half. Live from A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium in Columbus, Georgia. Dothan, middle of the field, back over to Dothan. Dothan over to Hayes. Nice pass to Harshaw. Deflection. It goes out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up. Is Harshaw going to take this throw-in? Maybe Columbus United FC could set something up here. Fischel with the touch. Middle of the field. Looking for a teammate. Now it's going to go to Dothan United, and if Dothan United can control it, they can maybe push it up the field. However, Columbus United able to get the turnover. Now back over to Fischel. Passes it over to Hayes on the near side. Back to Fischel. And right now, that back line for Columbus United just feeling the offense out. And that pass cannot be controlled by Hayes, and a goal kick for Dothan. Well, Columbus United FC has outshot Dothan United 3-2. Some of the shots on goal for Columbus United have been on target. And they've had their best scoring opportunities. Fontaine. And a turnover by Dothan United gives Columbus United the ball. As that cross is out of play, and there was no teammates there that can control it. So it will be a throw-in coming up for Dothan United. As that pass, racing to it, and Fischel comes up with it. As Ryan Holmes and Villatora kind of got tangled up. Rita with the turnover. Icarin staying with it. And good defense there by Ezra White. And now here comes Harshaw, and that's going to go out of play. Harshaw going to take this this throw in. Defa over to Fischel. Hayes gets tripped up. So Dothan United, they defeated Montgomery United FC 3-1. Goals scored by Will Necker, Santiago Hoyos, and Devontae Richards. They are playing without their goalie, Yago Darup, who left the game against Montgomery United with a concussion. Let's hope he's okay. As that's back to the keeper. Dothan United currently in third place in the South Central Division with a record of 1-0-1. So they have tied Montgomery United and they defeated them. And we've got quite the fans here from Dothan United making the trip up Highway 431 to get here, about 2 hours away from Columbus. Harshaw trying to split the defenders. Back over to Fischel. Villatoro. He's got to be careful because Lawrence Goodard just trying to press. And a header. Gettridge with the header. Melendez. And Defa with the steal. Rita with it. Back over to Defa with some space. And Devontae Richards almost stole it, but now here comes Fischel with some space. Passes to Hayes, and Hayes gets tripped up in a throw-in coming up for Dothan. 31st minute of the match. We'll play a 45, and then we'll have halftime. As the sun has gone down, so it's a little bit cooler, although that's not saying much. It's still upper 80s. But the fans enjoy sitting right on this side of the bleachers because they're in the shade. Still got a full parking lot here at the place where they have the Columbus Civic Center, Synovus Park, South Commons Softball Complex, and, of course, A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. All these great venues in one place and plenty of parking spaces. Although this parking lot was completely full with all the events that's going on around Columbus, graduations for all the high schools, the NAIA Softball World Series, the Cleanstones, the minor league baseball team, right now playing the Montgomery Biscuits. That's going to go out of bounds, and that will be a throw-in coming up for Columbus United. Defa turning up the field, gets taken down by Lawrence Goodard. That's going to be a foul on Goodard, and I don't see the ref pulling out the yellow card. That's not going to be warranted for a yellow card, but it will be a foul on Lawrence Goodard and a free kick coming up for Columbus United. Melendez going to take this free kick in the box. And the header is just bouncing around, and it's going to go back to that back line, and taking this one is going to be Hayes back to the keeper. Zanola going to let one fly. The header there by Strumeyer. Header by Richards. Devontae Richards. And then Goodard gets it taken away by Evans Defa. What a play there by Defa. Gettridge with it. With a touch. Over to Fontaine. Fontaine back over to Gettridge. Melendez gets a touch on the ball. And then back to the keeper. And that sails out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up for Dothan United. And anytime you try to get a team to press, the scoring opportunities can come, especially when you're tiring out the defense. You're able to get a big goal kick, but everybody's got to be in position, and it kind of throws the other team off guard. But sometimes you've got to stay disciplined on defense, and that's what Columbus United has been able to do in the two matches, being down by 1 goal in each match. And they're hoping to get off to a fast start. Good job there by Melendez to just at least get that ball to this side of the field, the right side, where Columbus United can reset their defense. Middle of the field, a touch by Fontaine. Trying to control it. Back out the far side. Hallenberger. Over to Samilia. Samilia with some space. The header by Villatoro. Header by Strumeyer. And there's a nice bicycle kick that gets it out of play. That was taken by Dennis Hayes. Sometimes that just allows you to reset your defense. And now here comes Columbus United trying to press. Over to Richards. Richards is offsides, and he knows it. Devontae Richards, he had one of the goals in the game against Montgomery United FC. That's another player to watch out for. He's got excellent striking capabilities. The header by Hallenberger. And then United has the momentum. Evans Defa pushes it up. Rita over to Hayes, looking to cross. Hayes trying to control it. Hayes, Rita, oh, it got lost. And the shot attempt blocked again. And then Lawrence Goodard just gets everybody out of dodge. And that sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in coming up for Dothan United on their side of the field, trying to push up and maybe try to catch United off guard. Looking for the cross, looking for Richards. That was a little too far. And United able to catch a break. And then you could see Lawrence Goodard is saying, bring everybody back on this side of the field. He's calling for them. It'll be a throw-in for Columbus United. But if Dothan can get a turnover on this side of the field, that's a deflection. Trying to stay with it. Almost lost it. Was Richards, but a good job there by Defa. It's the 38th minute of the match. So we are approaching halftime, still scoreless in the third match of the season for Columbus United, second home match, as Hallenberger looking to cross, header there by Hayes. And then Ikarin, Goddard, Richards with it. Richards, shot, save! What a save by Brino Zanola as he had to leap up in that upper 90 to punch it out. It'll be a corner coming up for Dothan United. But Devontae Richards had an incredible shot that hit in the corner of the goal, and Zanola leaps up and punches it out. Incredible save. But it will be a corner kick for Dothan United. Matthew Everett going to take this, so Columbus United just needs to stay on guard. As it sails into the box. Taken by Necker. William Necker, who had a goal against Montgomery United FC. And that's a goal kick coming up as we are approaching the 40th minute of the match. Villatoro. Hayes with the header. Hayes is going to stay with it. Back out to Fischel. Fischel. Defa. Defa and Richards battling. Staying with it on ball, and it goes out of play. Fontaine wondering if that might have been a handball, but that's going to be a free kick coming up for Dothan United. And taking this free kick is going to be Ty Powell. Trying to push it. Looking to cross. Matthew Everett in the corner. Back out to the midfielder. Mohamed Samulia with space. Near side. Strumeyer. Richards. Pass to Goddard, looking to cross, and that's going to be out of play in another corner coming up for Dothan United. But that was a good play there by Villatoro just to get it out of the goalie's box. Lawrence Goodard thought he was going to take this corner kick. It looks like it will be taken by Joshua Hallenberger. Hallenberger's going to take this corner kick. All right, here we go. Takes a spin, header, and Columbus United gets it out. Great job by Columbus United being patient on defense, and the goalie goes way out of the box. Don't forget that all home games are on sale through our new ticketing partner, Sports Illustrated Tickets. Adult tickets start at $10 and youth tickets are only $8. If you reserve them in advance online, so save money by getting your tickets now. Visit ColumbusUnitedFC.com for a complete home game schedule and to reserve your tickets through Sports Illustrated Tickets. as we have a Dothan United player that is down, Kevin Pierre, as they attend to him. Want to remind everybody that the next home game is June the 4th versus Apothos FC at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. June 4th match is presented by Scofflaw. It is going to be Ted Lasso night, where fans will receive a Ted Lasso-inspired mustache. Come out to tailgate, enjoy Gold Lager, which is Columbus United's branded beer by Scofflaw Brewing. Great Pepsi products and our own canned cocktail made by Stirred Up Trouble. Plus, you don't want to miss our rivalry known as the Chattahoochee Cup. Tickets are on sale at ColumbusUnitedFC.com. So we've just received word that a red card was received by Rita Icardin, received a red card, so Columbus United FC will be playing a man down in this match. And the coach received a yellow card. So he has been ejected. So we have an added 2 minutes of stoppage time. And Dothan United kicks that one out of play, and a goal kick coming up for Columbus United.
There will be an added 2 minutes of stoppage time.
So a goal kick coming up. United playing a man down. Hayes over to Harshaw, and a free kick coming up for Dothan. Taking this free kick will be Joshua Hallenberger. Two minutes of stoppage time has been added. Hallenberger going to take this free kick. And it sails, and nice save there by Zanola. Zanola is just, let's slow it down. We're going to slow this thing down. Try to get into the locker room. Tied at 0-0. And Fischel back to the keeper. And that's going to be halftime. 0-0 is your score, but Columbus United FC will have to play a man down as a red card was issued to Rita Icardin, as it is 0-0. We got another 45 minutes here from A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium as we'll be back. Here's you're watching USL 2 Soccer on NBC Sports Engine Play, presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
All right, welcome back. Start of the second half underway here on NBC Sports Engine Plus. Presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We are glad that you're here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium as the teams have switched sides of the field. Columbus United FC playing a man down. A red card issued by Rida Ikarin, which means he will have to sit out this match. Columbus United playing with 10 players. And then Columbus United's going from right to left. That's Defa over to Melendez. Melendez looking to cross. Melendez being challenged back over to Defa. Defa. Header in the box. And then here comes Dothan United pushing it up. And trying to get it. Ryan Holmes. And Gettridge. Good defense there by Gettridge. And chasing after it. Melendez. Stops on a dime. Back over to Defa. Yeah, anytime you're playing a man down, you're going to have that extra defender that's going to be all over the player with the ball. You got to be precise with the passing, and you cannot make the big mistake. Columbus United knows that they're going to be behind the 8 ball playing a man down. And the speed up the field and trying to control it, still with it, still in the box, and out of play. And then Dothan with some momentum. As Matthews, Fischel with the steal. And here comes Farshaw. Oh, it's off the mark. Farshaw had an opportunity, but it was on the outside of the net. And a goal kick for Dothan.
Columbus United would like to thank Houston Clinic for your incredible support. Columbus United proudly wears Houston Clinic on the front of the home and away kit.
You see 9 red jerseys out there compared to the 10 black jerseys. You've got to be very careful. Looking to cross. A little too far. And a goal kick for Columbus United FC. And anytime you're playing a man down, you want to try to get aggressive and get a goal, but you would just be happy with getting a tie. You're just holding on to make sure that your defense is solid enough not to give up a goal. It is possible to score a goal playing a man down, but this is how demoralizing getting a red card is in soccer. As that goes out of play. Played off the chest. Good steal there by Defa. Evans Defa in the middle of the field. Back to Defa. Trying to split the defenders. A good play there by William Necker. But that will be a throw-in. Gettridge is going to take this throw-in for Columbus United. As this rivalry game dubbed the Peanuts and Cola Derby. Battle of Columbus and Dothan. Separated by 2 hours. Throw in coming up for Columbus United. Melendez gets a couple of touches. Now back over to Villatoro. And that was intended for Gettridge, and a throw in coming up for Dothan. We want to thank our audience watching us on NBC Sports Engine Plus. We are presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live, which is a live streaming company in the Columbus area that covers the Chattahoochee Valley. In fact, we were live streaming high school soccer playoffs this past weekend. And that's stolen by Harshaw. Good steal. Harshaw trying to push it up, and then Dothan gets it right back. Ryan Holmes stops on a dime. And good job there by Villatoro to get it out of there. And there'll be a throw-in coming up for Dothan. If you're just joining us, Columbus United playing a man down. Red card issued in the first half. Looking to cross. And a good job there by Vichel. And they throw it in there really quick. Columbus United turning up the field. Pushes it as it's a foot race to the ball and back to the keeper. Hallenberger near side with space. Gets a couple of dribbles. We see Fontaine over there. Back out to Villatoro. And out of play and a throw in for Dothan. Ezra White. With some space. Trying to push it up, looking to cross. Middle of the field. Good job there by Villatoro. Nothing's coming easy for Dothan United in the box, even playing with a man up. 52nd minute of the match. Seeing Dothan getting aggressive. Matthews. Kicks it back out. Samilia. Over to Hallenberger. Out of play. Gettridge was fighting for the ball. So was Ezra White. And it will be a goal kick coming up for Columbus United. Don't forget the next game will be on June the 4th against Apothos FC here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium as part of Columbus United FC's 4 matches in 2 weeks. It is Ted Lasso night, paying homage to the popular soccer comedy on Apple TV. Fontaine over to Fischel. Throw in coming up for United. For Columbus United, that is. Looks like we are going to get some subs. Is Carter Berg, who's checked into the game. One of the 2 goals on the season for Columbus United FC. He had the goal that tied it last week against Tennessee SC in the 82nd minute. And that header right to the keeper. That pushes it up to Carter Berg. But it'll be a throw-in for Dothan United. Columbus is playing with 9 red jerseys. 10 including the goalkeeper. This is where it's going to test your wills, playing a man down. Gettridge with the steal. Over to Dafa. Back to Gettridge. Pushing it up. Stops on a dime. Back over to Dafa. Evans Dothan over to Berg. Carter Berg looking to cross. No, that's actually Fontaine. Berg is over on the right side. Now Fontaine. Fontaine looking to cross. Dothan with a header. And Dothan with space. Almost got it stolen by Evans Dothan. Hallenberger. Oh, what a pass. Here is a play off the keeper. Just some bad footing there. Lawrence Goodard. One of those strikers you got to watch out for if you're Columbus United. And the header by Necker. Dothan, middle of the field. And a couple players get tangled up. That'll be a throw-in coming up for Columbus United. Looks like Gettridge is going to take this throw-in. I think Giancarlo Dostillo also checking into the game for United, Columbus United. Gettridge is going to throw it in. It's a nice throw-in. Header in the box. And stolen. Fontaine shot right at the keeper. Forda, another shot on goal for Columbus United. Fontaine's shot was right on target. Sometimes if you got space, just try to get as many shot attempts as possible. Shot attempt, that's off the mark, and a goal kick coming up for Columbus United. Dothan United's next game will be May the 31st as they will take on the Southern Soccer Academy. That's going to be back home at Rip Hughes Stadium in Dothan, Alabama. Columbus United will travel to Dothan later this season. And you know that their fans are going to travel as well. There's these two teams just 2 hours away from each other. Gettridge, the pass. And trying to get it as Matthew Everett. And gets tangled up with Gettridge. That'll be a throw-in for Columbus United. Oh, what a pass. That was a pass. Now Columbus can push it. Harshaw over to Dothan. Evans Dothan over to the right side. And that is Dostillo. Dostillo looking to cross. Good defense there by Dothan United. Getting it back over to Dostillo. Dostillo. Deflected. Still in play. Harshaw. Oh, off the mark. Harshaw had an opportunity and he knew it. That's going to be a goal kick coming up for Dothan. Harshaw had the opportunity of the night. Now Columbus United is going to have to regroup and get back on defense. Hallenberger on the near side with some space. Stops it, passes it back to the back line. Over to Samilia. Far side with space. And Dothan just trying to get some touches on the ball. Maybe trying to draw up a play. Ezra White looking to cross, and it's stolen by Evans Dothan. Dothan over to Berg. Berg, what a pass. Harshaw, one-on-one with the keeper. Harshaw on a slide tackle. Harshaw stops on a dime, still with it. Back out, shot deflected. Defa. Far side looking across. Back out. Gettridge with space. Gettridge pushing. Gettridge deflected. And here comes Dothan United. Everett with it. Back out to Richards. Throw in and solid defense by Columbus United. 60th minute of the match. Scoreless. Columbus United down a man after a red card in the first half. Back out to Necker. William Necker, who had one of the goals against Montgomery United. Back out to Hallenberger, being challenged. Hallenberger looking to cross, and then slide tackle by Defa over to Berg. Carter Berg trying to stay with it. Back out to Everett. Samulia. Near side to Hallenberger. Hallenberger with the touch. Back over to Necker. Samulia with trying to push it. Looking to cross. It's in the box, and Villatoro, good defensive stop. Berg trying to stay with it, and here comes Columbus United. Nice save, and they're pushing, trying to make sure not to get offsides, and a slide tackle there by Fontaine, and wondering why there was no call there, but now Dothan United, Everett with it. Harshaw tracks him down. Dothan looking to cross. It's in the box, and the header almost lost it, and another deflection. And here comes Columbus United FC. Melendez is going to reset it. Back over to Gettridge. Gettridge over to Melendez. Melendez stays with it. Middle of the field. Over to Harshaw. Fontaine. Over to Dostillo, and a throw-in coming up. Trying to see who that throw-in's going to be for. We'll try to see, is it going to be Columbus United? So we got some subs for Dothan United. So we'll go ahead and take this throw in. Stefano Campisi checking in the game for Dothan. Villatoro with a touch. Pass intended right to the keeper, almost lost it, but Forda comes up with it. I think that might have been a pass for Melendez, but the keeper ended up getting it instead. Now here comes Samulia. Matthew Everett over to Necker. Back out to Hallenberger. Oh, what a pass over to Campisi. Campisi looking to cross. Header, nice header there by Dostillo. Dostillo, and then a slide tackle right to the keeper, Zendola. This Columbus United defense, relentless, playing a man down, knows what's at stake here at home. As Dothan United in third place with 4 points, Columbus United in fifth place with 2 points. A lot could happen in the South Central Division. We got Apothos FC and Asheville City FC playing tonight as well. They'll have a week off, but then they'll get ready for 4 games in 2 weeks. But they'll have a much-needed rest next week with no games on the schedule for Columbus United. Middle of the field. Back over to Campese. Campese being challenged. And that looks like that was a takedown, and it is. And a free kick coming up for Columbus United as Carter Berg got taken down to the ground. Melendez over to Villatoro. Fischel being challenged. That was Alec Palanahan, who's also a sub coming in. And now here comes Matthew Goodard. Oh, what a takedown there. Staying with it. Great job just maintaining his composure. Now Evans Dafoe with it. Dafoe racing up the field. Dafoe pass deflected. And Samulia kicks it out. Slide tackle there by Dostillo. Here comes Dothan. They got the numbers. Dothan United. Got to stay patient on defense. Oh, no, what a slide tackle there by Villatoro. Might have made the defensive play of the night. Still not out of the woods yet. Header looking to cross. Goodard being challenged by Dostillo. A lot of action around the goalie box. Back out to that back line. Necker. Midfield. Campese. And what a defensive play there by Columbus United. Harshaw gets the steal. And back over with possession. Dostillo back over to Fischel. A long pass over to Gettridge. 67th minute of the match. Gettridge, that pass intended for Carter Berg, but Berg tracks his man down, but they're going to say it's a foul on Carter Berg. And he's got to be careful that he doesn't get the yellow card. It looks like it was a clean foul. Not warranted for a yellow card. But United's going to get the throw in. The header by Dothan United. And the refs say it's out of play. Another throw in coming up. We are live here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium on the banks of the Chattahoochee River in Columbus, Georgia. These cities separated by 2 hours. It is the Peanuts and Cola Derby. And it is also 80s night here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium, paying homage to the 1987 club team that won the state championship. There's Fontaine. Back over to Dafoe, and he ended up losing it. But Dafoe trying to get it back. Columbus has got to be patient. Oh, a slide tackle by Villatoro. He has just come on aggressively here. And his defensive effort, he might end up winning man of the match if the score ends like this because of his tenacity on defense. Back over to Necker. Far side, looking to cross. Turn it up back over the field is Samulia. Over to Necker. Necker, Campese. Back over to, trying to see that number, Jovalette. That's Ivan Jovalette, who's also a sub that's come into the game. And then there's a foot race and a slide tackle. Dafoe and a free kick coming up for Columbus United FC as we are about to approach the 70th minute of the match. We have got an intense battle between these two rivals. Columbus doing everything they can to hold on, playing a man down. If they get out of this match tied, that is a huge win for Columbus United FC. It would be a bonus if they're able to get a score and win this match. I got to go into the history books how many times teams have played a man down when they received a red card. And a lot of times it just does not favor the team playing with less players. But this Columbus United team has been playing with a lot of passion and a lot of aggression as far as staying in this game. Melendez with it, and he's got two defenders on him. Melendez looking to cross. He's going to keep it in play. Melendez back over to Gettridge. Gettridge. Defoe, and they just collapse on him, and Melendez with it. Good passing techniques, and Gettridge now with the ball. And that pass just nobody there. Villatoro trying to save it, and he does. A good job saving it. And here comes Fontaine. And that's going to stay in play for Dothan United. And Dothan's going to try to not waste any time on this possession. This is a strategy, especially when Columbus United was pushing up the field. If Dothan gets the possession, they want to try to push up the field to try to tire the defense. Let's see if this strategy works. Yeah, Columbus United FC will have a week off, and they're definitely going to need it, especially playing these 3 games in a 2-week span as they get ready for 4 games in 2 weeks in the month of June. Staying with it, and there's an opportunity. Goddard gets deflected and goes out of play. Mohamed Samulia and Goddard, middle of that goalie box. And a goal kick coming up for Columbus United. So Dakota Hart, number 13, is going to be checking into the game for Columbus United FC. And this is the first appearance from Dakota Hart that we have seen, definitely at home. And talk about Brino Zanola. This keeper has been fantastic. He has made some incredible saves for Columbus United. That sails and a header by Neckert. And that was a pretty good pass over to Goddard. Goddard. Shot. Oh, off the mark. Trying to stay with it. Goddard was trying to cross. And Dothan has had many opportunities here playing with an extra man. And Zanola going to let this one sail. Hart with the touch on the ball. And that will be Dothan. As Juvalette, far side. Back out Joshua Salas. Hollenberger. Shot attempt, and that's off the mark. Just lost his footing. Really wanted that one back. That was a shot attempt by Joshua Salas. Could not capitalize on that space. that played by Dothan right to the back of the field. And Goddard, slide tackle by Gettridge. But we got a corner coming up for Dothan. Taking this corner is going to be Stefano Campisi. So Campisi about to take it. Here it goes. Sails into the box. Header. Goes that back out to that back line. And lobs it over to Campisi. Plays it off the chest. Stays in play. Nice pass over to Campisi. Looking across and deflected. That was Fontaine with the deflection. And here comes Carter Berg on the attack. Carter Berg was trying to get a steal. Dakota Hart. Deflected off Hart, goes actually still in play. Still in play, and Columbus United able to get it out of there. The defense is just not letting up, as this has been Dothan United's strongest attack here in the game. Samulia. Back out to Samur. Trying to stay with it, and gets it out of there. It's a good play by Fischel, or Harshaw, rather. And again, and that is a good touch on the ball. And here comes Columbus United. Stopping on a dime is Harshaw. Harshaw, long pass. That was just, it was intended for Dostillo. But got trying to stay with it. Dostillo. Dakota Hart. And kicks it to the keeper. Approaching the 78th minute of the match. Still scoreless. What a defensive battle by these two rivals, Columbus United FC and Dothan United. Little cross pattern, give and go play, and be a corner kick coming up for Dothan United. And Stefano Campisi going to take it on the other side. See if Dothan United could get something on this set piece. Columbus United getting in position. Sails into the box, header, and that's in for a goal. That is a goal by Dothan United, and it makes it 1-0. Off a set piece, Dothan United leads it 1-0. Goal scored by Mohamed Samulia. We believe it was kind of a hard angle to look at. But you kind of knew with Dothan United on the attack, with an extra man, Columbus United did everything they could to try to withstand the offensive firepower of Dothan United. And now the strategy changes a little bit. Dothan United could try to get greedy, but can Columbus United try to get the equalizer? This is the third match so far where they have given up the first goal. Dakota Hart, good speed racing to it, but that's going to go out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up for Dothan United. Jolvet trying to regain his footing. And the header right back to the keeper. Fischel tries to reset it. Pushes it over to Dostillo. Dostillo with some speed, stays with it. Oh, nice pass to Dostillo. Dostillo stopping on a dime and trying to save it. Goes out of play. That's a corner kick coming up for Columbus United. And that was just Dostillo making a play in the speed, turning up the field. Even when you're playing a man down, that's hard to teach. And it's also hard to stop. Let's see if Columbus United can get something on a set piece on this corner kick as it sails into the box. And I kind of feel like they've got a missed opportunity because now Dothan United's got all the momentum. That's Ivan Gonzalez. 50-50 ball. Diving for the ball is Zanola. And yet you've got to hurry, especially when you catch Dothan United off guard like that. Your defense has just got to stay disciplined. Now back over to Gettridge. Gettridge over to Melendez. 82nd minute of the match. Columbus United down 1-0. Playing a man down since the first half as they received a red card. Defa. Back over to Villatoro. Villatoro. And then a nice header. Back out. Villatoro, header right to the keeper. Over to Gettridge. Fischel, far side, with space. Fischel going to try to push. And Dostillo, they get tangled. And Dothan United comes back up with the possession. That's got to be offsides, and it is. That will be an offside call on Alec Penalahan. That was a clear offsides. We do have a man down for Dothan United. As the clock continues to run, want to remind everybody, thank you for watching us on NBC Sports Engine Plus, the only way to live stream all USL 2 matches throughout the regular season, as we are presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. As Columbus United FC's official broadcasting partner, we thank you that we have had an opportunity to live stream Columbus United FC games. Also want to thank the Houston Clinic for being a presenting sponsor of Columbus United FC all season long, as they wear the Houston Clinic on their jerseys. It's Columbus United's ball. Gettridge with a touch, pass over to, looks like a new player coming in, Danielle Mastromomi. As that takes a back spin and goes out of play. Next game will be June the 4th. Back here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium against Apothos FC. As it is Ted Lasso night. This was a promotional thing they did last year to pay homage to Ted Lasso. A very funny and got a lot of wit as far as a soccer comedy. The fictional AFC Richmond. Based actually in the Premier League. And that's one thing about the soccer fans overseas. They are very passionate. The Premier League and Bundesliga and Liga MX. Throw in coming up for Dothan United. Back over to William Necker. Over to the far side. Necker keeps it on the touch. Right now, at this point, Dothan United just wants to keep the possession. There's Mohamed Somalia, who's got the lone goal so far in the match. Can United get a turnover? Now it looks like Dothan United just playing keep away. If you're Dothan United, that's what you want to do, is to play keep away. Columbus United just hoping for a turnover just so they can get possession back. Especially with a couple of minutes left in the match. We don't know how much stoppage time they will put on the clock. Might be a couple of minutes. Yeah, you got to get a turnover here if you're Columbus United. And a throw-in coming up, and Columbus United's going to take this throw-in, and now you got to hold on to the possession. And Dothan ends up, well, looks like that will be a foul on Dothan United and a free kick coming up for Columbus. And if you're Columbus United here, you have one final gasp to try to see if you can tie this. Playing with a man down. Defa back over to the keeper. Over to Fischel. The header. Dothan keeps it in play. And Fischel turns up the field and gets taken down. No call. Here comes Dothan United looking to cross, and that's going to go out of play, and a goal kick coming up for Columbus. So we have just been told that there will be 5 minutes of stoppage time. As Lawrence Goodard almost had an opportunity, Columbus United gets it right back. As that was intended for Defa. Carter Berg trying to stay aggressive. Almost lost it. Goddard with it on the far side. Back out to Goddard. Dothan looking to cross. Stops in a dime. Middle of the field, nothing there. And here comes an opportunity here for Columbus United. And taking that one. Trying to stay with it. Out of play and a throw-in. Coming up.
5 minutes stoppage time.
There's 5 minutes of stoppage time has been added to the clock. Melendez over to Villatoro. Fischel. Fischel trying to stay with it. Pushes it up to Dostillo. A little push, but no call. Back to the keeper. Dothan trying to hold on. Defoe. Over to Mastromi. Mastromi. Melendez looking to cross. Got 2 men on him. Defoe. Trying to keep it in play. And the header, and here comes Dothan United. Lawrence Goddard with it. And gets taken down, and that is, it looked like the referee was, and he did pull out a red card, or yellow card. A yellow card is going to be issued to Andres Melendez. And now it'll be a free kick coming up for Dothan. Jovelet. Over to that back line. Samulia. Salas. Near side, Gonzalez. Back over to Necker. That ball still in play. But now it sails out of bounds. Off of Dothan United, and a throw-in coming up for Columbus United. Keeper's going to go ahead and take it. As Columbus United has probably one final play they could draw up. Is the header. Fischel racing over to Villatoro. Toro trying to stay with it and trying to keep it in bounds, but it goes off of United, Columbus United, and a throw in for Dothan. Is Dothan trying to hold on and get the road to victory. And we got a throw-in coming up for Columbus. Fischel with a touch. Over to Gettridge. Got to hurry. Not a whole lot of time left. Melendez. Over to Villatoro. Lets one sail. There's really nobody in the box. And that's what happens when you're playing an extra man, is you got an extra defender to clean up in the middle of the field. Melendez sails into the box and right at the keeper. It's Forda. That might have been the final gasp. As Forda is going to take his time punting this one out. A high arcing punt. Trying to control it. Dothan gets it back. No, it goes out of play. Gettridge is going to take this throw in. Maybe one more attempt before we hear the whistle. And the header. Villatoro. Back out to Hallenberger. Villatoro with it. Over to Dostillo. Still in play. And that is it. And Dothan United comes into Columbus and gets an impressive 1-0 victory on the road. And Columbus United FC was playing a man down for the majority of the match, as a red card was issued in the first half. And it was a valiant defensive effort by Columbus United FC, but Dothan United comes out on top with a goal scored by Mohamed Samolia. And Dothan United comes into Columbus and gets 3 points. And they go to 2-0-1 on the season. Columbus suffers their first loss of the season as they fall to 0-1-2. And they are still in 5th place in the South Central Division. But it was a valiant effort by Columbus United. Just a defensive effort to stay in this match. But it just wasn't enough, as Dothan United took advantage of playing with an extra man, and they were able to get the only goal of the match. Well, for Chris Gates, I'm Richard Holdridge saying so long from A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Once again, Dothan United defeats Columbus United FC 1-0, and we will see you next home match. Will be June the 4th. Back here at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium against Apothos FC. We'll see you then. Have a great night, everybody.